A person's growth, progress, and success is solely based on his own personal growth and development from inside out, and also it's also based on the purpose he or she is behind with that. So stay tuned for that. So, welcome to Pioneer Prosperity Movement. Here, I am Maddie in front of you. So, as the topic says, of course, you might have watched the topic that I am who I am. I am who I am because of my why. So, this topic is quite a strong topic, I would say. The reason because whether we agree or not, whether we accept or not, our current position of our life or our current reality of our life is not because of people around us. It's not because of the external environment or anything. So, our current position of our life, our current situation in our life, or circumstances in our life is solely based on or solely because of the whatever the decisions that we made in our life in the past or in the near past or back in our life anytime. It's solely based on what we are. That's it. Because at the end, who we are now is because of what we are in the past. That's it. We must take the complete responsibility. That's what the main topic I'm coming up with here today. I am who I am because of my why. Earlier in the past, I would say that I was so much drifting around in my life in various areas and various aspects of my life. The reason, because definitely I should say that because of a lack of, number one, because of lack of clear vision, and because of not clear about the purpose of my life. And moreover, it is not possible for every human being unless one is practicing self awareness. It is not possible for every human being to know his or her purpose unless if they practice immensely their focus on personal growth and development. And also, if they practice the self awareness, they will not be in a position to know their purpose. Because I always share with you from different successes, they always share with you that a person's growth is based on how far he or she is giving permission for themselves. The reason, because the success is based on, it's all the success is the process of all inside out. It's not outside in. Because most of them don't know about that, even including I don't know about that. But I learned because and moreover, it's a process. So in that way, I am who I am because of my why. That's it. So earlier I wasn't clear about my purpose. As I go along towards the process of the personal growth and development in my life in the past 2 years, I can obviously see that I'm changing, I'm evolving, I'm progressing, I'm succeeding, I'm growing in all the way. Not in one aspect of my life, but in all the way towards spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and also in relationship towards myself, and also in relationship to my family, with my family, and also financially, obviously, of course. So in that way, I'm so much getting fulfilled day after the day. And moreover, why the reason that this topic I have chosen, because recently you might have noticed that I'm doing the daily episode, morning episode, for the daily morning episode between 6 o'clock to 6:15 in both of my Facebook profile and also in my Instagram page, and it has crossed 500 episodes, and most of them have sent friend requests, and some of them sent a message, some of them sent a friend request. And when I asked why, then they stated blah blah blah. Yeah, I'll just get back to that. And some of them sent a private message that why you're doing it and things like that. So a few things I'm going to highlight here, followed by the 500th episode. I got few response and few friend requests. I'm just going to highlight over here. And a few response, the few response is nothing but you are doing 500 episode. What's big in it? All right, I'm no way saying that it's so big. I'm no way, but at the same time, doing those episodes consistently. That's the main thing, the consistency. I'm doing it consistently every single day. I'm not sure whether how big it is for you guys, but I'm not, I'm at the moment, I'm no way doing it for the purpose of validation from others. Number one, got it? So I'm no way doing it for the validation of others. In that way, I'm not seeing how many likes, or I'm not seeing what are all the comments. If the comments comes up, that's fine. I respond to it. But at the same time, when I'm in the process of finding my purpose, I'm going through the immense aspect of immense process of personal growth and development. So through that, I started, why not we share whatever we are going through, because it's a kind of journey, right? It's not an overnight process. So it's a kind of journey. So I thought of sharing it along the way. I thought of, why not we share it? Why not we share it to the community? Why not we share it to the people, that because it is going to show me, not only to share it, but also like, it's a kind of a little bit of selfishness behind it as well. As you all know, in the social media, after 2 years or after 10 years, it will bring back those memories, right? You all know that, right? So in that way, I just thought of documenting it. That's it, guys. I thought of documenting. The reason, because we forget who we are before we forget as we progress, right? So unless we remember, yeah, right? So in that way, I thought of documenting it digitally. All right, so it's a kind of writing a journal. It's a kind of writing a diary. That's it. So I thought of documenting it digitally. In that way, not only to share with you, also it brings back the memory of who I was before to how much I evolved by knowing my purpose. As long as I'm in the process of getting to know the purpose, how far I can able to evolve myself, progressing myself, growing myself. And also, when I keep on looking at how far I'm progressing by means of delivering those messages which I'm coming across, which I'm reading through or going through and growing through by means of listening to various podcasts and by reading books, and one other thing, by surrounding myself with like optimistic, positive, and success-minded people. I thought of bringing those values not to just stop only within me, but also to share it with the people, with you guys. Whether you listen to it or not, I'm not bothered about it. But the reason is, I'm just thought of sharing. That's what the intention is. I'm not here to control you guys to, oh, come on, listen to it. No, I'm no way. Whereas my focus, my intention is to be a mediator of whatever I'm gathering, whatever I'm just getting it. I'm just, what to say, expanding it from me, delivering it from me. That is what the intention behind starting this daily episode. So in that way, I crossed. When I crossed 100th episode, wow! Then I look back my first and the second episode. I can see the difference. I can obviously see the difference of my delivery, my tonality, my way of delivery, my quality of delivery. And then I was so much confident. Wow, if I can go to this extent, why not I can go furthermore? Why can't I go furthermore? I became so confident because based on my own growth, based on my own development, if I can go to this extent, why can't I progress further? Why can't I be more consistent? I thought of competing with myself. What do I mean? So in that way, I just crossed 200th episode, 300th episode, 400th episode. Now it's almost more than a year. It's close to the second year now. It's 500th episode. You're going to watch me growing 5,000th episode as well. So people message me, people send me a friend request that why you're doing it, and you're not getting any likes out of it, and still why you're doing it. It's not for the purpose of getting likes or getting comments. It's for the purpose of my purpose is to share it with you guys. That's it. What do I mean? So I'm not after the validation from other people. I'm after competing with myself consistently and committed towards sharing with you. That's it. And some of them sent a friend request, and I asked them why you want to be a friend with me, because like there's some people because I'm not getting a direct comment. I can understand that, I'll get back to it later. Rather, some people message me that we are getting motivated, we are getting inspired. And one more thing I want to be very clear with that, I am not doing for the purpose of motivation. The reason, because I strongly believe, deep in me I strongly believe, motivation is 1% in a person's success, whereas 99% is because of the person's decision and the action he or she takes in his or her life. Motivation is just 1%. The reason why I'm saying this, because there are so many reasons. If a person is relying on getting motivated, then he becomes dependent on that, then he can't maintain his consistency. He will feel burnt out. He feel, why I'm doing it, no worries, maybe later, maybe sometime. His excuses pops up. If a person relies on motivation, he will get motivated, and whenever the circumstances, whenever the environment is favorable to him, he will do it, because he's relying on motivation. But for me, it's other way around. I'm no way relying on motivation, whether I feel it or like it or not, whether I emotionally upset or depressed or so much high vibe, whatever it is. I'm here to stay motivated, followed by my self-discipline journey, I could say. I changed my identity from getting motivated to stay motivated through the process of my self-discipline journey. And by means of that, I stayed consistent. If I can do to 50 episodes, why can't I reach 100? If I can do to 100 episodes, why can't I do 500? That is how I progressed. I changed my identity through the process of self-discipline. That's what I could say. Because at the end, if I don't validate myself, who else will? You know? So it is a process actually. It is not going to be overnight, as I said. And moreover, when I started, if you can look back in my day, first 10 or 50 episodes, I was stumbling. I wasn't that much confident enough, and some episodes gone up to 12 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes they made morning episode itself. So that's a journey, that's a way of learning. I put myself out there. So in that way, it is, and my intention is not to motivate you. Yes, it is not at all, guys. I am not a motivational speaker, just to be very clear. And don't rely on motivation at any point in your life. Rely on yourself through by means of your own self-discipline. Rely on yourself. Don't rely on getting motivated. Rather, stay motivated. When you get motivated, then you will burn out. Yes, of course, just certainly. Whereas when you stay motivated, followed by your own self-discipline journey, guys, that is where you will become unstoppable. You know. So, in that way, I'm not a motivational speaker. Yes, of course, it might be inspiring you. I can understand that. But at the same time, my intention is to inspire, to deliver the values, to inspire you guys, and as well as to impact you through by means of me. If your life is changing, if your intention is changing positively, optimistically, and if you're proceeding towards your own self-discipline journey, your own success journey, I'm so fulfilled. Even though I don't know about whoever following me, whereas some or the other way, we are getting connected by means of some common terms, or by means of some sort of common mindset, right? So in that way, I'm so fulfilled. If I can change someone's life, irrespective of whichever the part of the globe you are living in, if I can change by inspiring you, by impacting you, some other way I'm getting fulfilled. That is one of the reason, one of the purpose of doing those daily episode, but not in the purpose of doing a kind of motivation. I'm not a motivation speaker. As I said, motivation is just 1%, whereas 99% of your growth, of your progress, of your success is mainly because of you, the decision that you make, the purpose behind it. That's it. As it, the topic says, I am who I am because of my why. That's it. I am who I am because of my strongest purpose of what I am doing for. Why I am doing for. If my why is not strong enough, then eventually I will rely on getting motivated. Whereas my why is very strong in such a way, that is why I stay motivated all the time, irrespective of whatever happens, wherever I am, whichever the part of Australia I'm going around with my family, irrespective of whatever I feel, whatever I'm upset, I'm high vibe, whatever it is, I am staying motivated, followed by my own self-discipline journey. And in that way, if I'm inspiring, if impacting you, I'm so much grateful that you are, that it has given me a opportunity for you to guys to for given an opportunity to communicate with you, to somehow meet, somehow impacting you. In that way, I'm so grateful for that, so that is the process of journey. So that is what it is. So if I, yeah, most of you send me a private message, I can understand that, that why you're sending private message. That's fine, absolutely fine, as long as it's inspiring you. I'm so much grateful for that. Correct. So that is one other thing. And for the past few days, and especially today, I was listening to a few other things, few other podcasts. And this is the reason I haven't listened especially like that, but you know that I was keep on saying, like, surround, if you're in the process, if you're determined and desire to achieve or accomplish anything in your life, the first and foremost thing what you must do is surround yourself with like optimistic and success minded people, guys. The reason, because today I listened to one specific sentence which strongly went deep into me, and I felt that, wow, that is what I'm doing unknowingly. That is what exactly I'm doing. And that is what, because even few days back, I shared with you this: let go of whatever you're holding on to, whatever you're attached to, or whatever you're anchored to. Because when you become familiar with something, that is where the comfort zone kicks in. That is what it will make you to hold on to. It will, whatever you attach to, also it's getting attached to you, right? So when the comfort zone kicks in, eventually you will be anchored, and that is where your growth, your progress will get stopped. You begin getting stuck. Rather, whenever you feel that way, immediately you must hook on to something more than what you can. You must let go about with what you are attached to, and must hook on to something more than what you can. In that way, always make sure whom you are around with. I'm not saying that to unfriend someone who you're friend with, no, but at the same time, your life is an average. That's what many people say. Your life is an average of 5 people you're around with. And if we hook on to the same sort of people, and what happens is we will achieve some sort of stagnancy in our life, because of the familiarity and because of the comfort zone. And if you are in the process of growth, what you must do is, proximity is power. That's what the sentence exactly I listened to it today. Proximity is power. So in that way, if your people around you is having the same thing as you, then you will stuck there. And if your intention is to grow further, you must hook on to people whom you are going to become. That's what exactly I did. I didn't unfriend so many people, but at the same time, when I moved on to someone, when they are pulling me down, I just unhook myself. I get detach myself from them, and I hooked on to people who are already getting successful, who are already living that kind of life. If I don't hook on to the person who I'm going to be with, then I can't progress, I can't succeed. So that is what exactly I did. Especially in the past 2 years, my growth and my progress is exponentially growing and progressing. The reason because of every now and then I am hooking on to some people who are already living that life of what I'm dreaming for, because I'm not here to settle small, right? So in that way, proximity is power. What I mean to say is, always make sure that you surround yourself with people who are already living a life of what you are after. If you surround yourself with the same sort of people, yeah, it might look familiar, it might look comfortable, but guys, that is not where the growth is, that is not where the success is, that is not where the progress is. We end up in getting stuck. Yes, I was stuck in past in my life at some point in my life, whereas I am determined to grow furthermore, because don't go through things in your life unless if we grow through, we won't be successful in our life. So make sure that you always grow through, don't just go through. If you just go through, you will be just drifting around. We must, whatever happens in our life, make sure that you surround yourself with the people who you are going to become, and the means of that you will grow through in your life. That is why they always say that proximity is power. All right, keep that in mind. That's what I exactly did in my life, and by means of that, every now and then I keep on review myself, who am I around with, because there are people who are boosters, but they can't cope up with the momentum of how you're growing through. In that way, there is nothing wrong with them, just leave them. Keep the contact with them, but it doesn't mean that they can come up with you. Correct? Yes, I have some people like that, but there are some people who are energy drainers. Definitely, you must be in a position to unhook them. Otherwise, you will be losing your momentum of your growth and progress and success in your life. Keep that in mind. And also at the same time, make sure not only to let go, but make sure to hook on to people who are already living with your life. Who are already living their life of what you're dreaming for. Unless if you hook on to them, and if you're just getting inspired by being here and getting inspired all the time, and if you're not matching or not matching, if you're not hooking on to them, then you will be always around here, then you'll be always motivated. That's, of course, in some aspect of my life, I did that kind of life as well. I lived that kind of life as well. So what I can strongly suggest is, this is my own experience. The moment I started, I courageously hooked on to them. I courageously pushed myself. I opened with an open mindset, putting aside my ego. That's the main thing, guys. Why we don't hook on to them is the ego stops us. How far you can go, just let's see. That kind of mentality goes in our mind. The ego, put aside your ego. That's what exactly I did. I was so much egoistic person. What I did is, at certain point of time, being with the ego is literally stopping my growth. I felt that the moment I felt that, what I did is, I just boxed the ego and then put it in the somewhere, thrown it out somewhere, and then locked it and thrown away the key. The moment I did it with the open mindset, with the learning mentality, every now and then in the past 2 years, I hooked on to people who are already living a life of what I'm dreaming for. And by means of that, I can exponentially see my growth and progress and success in all the way. In that case, guys, proximity is power. You will become not only because of who you are, it's also because of whom you are around with. So keep that in mind always. Proximity is power. And next other thing is to share with you that I'm always consciously and consistently committed towards challenging me always, because there's no competition here. It's always a competition with me. It's always I am competing with myself. So after I did my 50th episode, I said, why can't I do the 100th episode? Because I am becoming that person. 100th episode. Wow, why can't I go for 500th episode? Now I didn't buy 500th episode. Every now and then, I always sometimes watch my previous 10, 50 episodes before, and the means of this is the one I did. Okay, how far I can progress from here, how far I can grow from here, what else I can correct myself. I'm learning from myself. It means that I'm competing with who I was before. Me versus me always. At the same time, I'm committed towards challenging me consistently. If I keep on doing that consistently, and also if I keep on doing consistently by being around with that kind of people who are already living a life, and consistently contacting them, or consistently means surrounding myself with those kind of people, eventually what happens? I will grow. So that's what I said. I am who I am because of my strong why. My strong reason is what? To get successful, irrespective of anything. To get to the life of what really I'm after. What my vision. I have a very clear, specific, refining. I'm still refining it, of course, but I can say that I have a very clear, specific vision of the 5 years vision, 10 years vision, and my 20 years vision. Because it's not going to be overnight. What do I mean? Because the success is all inside out. So why I'm sharing with you all this, of course, is going to the 26th minute mark. Of course, why I'm sharing with you because surround yourself with optimistic, success minded people, and hook on to them. Because I definitely, and moreover, one of the reason why I'm sharing this, because even if it is not now, some or the other day, people I see now itself they started communicating with me. Now itself they started contacting me. So definitely I can see you guys. I have a strong belief. Listen to me. I have a very strong belief and faith that, like me, there are many sleeping giants. If you are listening to this extent, you are one of the sleeping giant. I know. If you are listening to this extent, even after this 27th minute mark, you are such a sleeping giant. Some or the other way, you are being masked or dumped or damned or whatever the English word it is. You are not waiting for something, I know, because I was once a sleeping giant. I wasn't waiting for something. I wasn't waiting for the right time. I wasn't waiting for the right moment. I won't say I was waiting, but I came out. Likewise, I have a very strong belief, I have a very strong faith that, like me, there are so many sleeping giants around this world. They are not waiting for the perfect moment. They are not waiting for the perfect time. But you will wake up like how I woke up. I know. I have a strong faith in you. Because that's how I woke up. Because I have a strong, irrespective of anything around me, I felt myself, I am different. I am not that average person. I can't fit in. I can't live small. I always see up. I always face up, chin up. I am that kind of a person. And I face anything courageously. And I'm ready to face, and even if it is failure, I take that. Because every failure is a learning opportunity. I take that way. That's why even when I was a lecturer in different universities, I always take something new, modules, new subjects to explore through, and also to make other people to learn from me. I just challenge myself. I'm that kind of person. So in that way, don't go through, grow through. So I know that, like me, there are many. I have a strong belief and faith. Like me, there are many sleeping giants. And you might be the sleeping giant. You are certainly a sleeping giant if you're listening to this episode to this extent even after 29 minutes. If you're a sleeping giant, time to wake up, guys. I know you are a sleeping giant. Time to wake up, because the moment you wake up, that is where your other side of life starts to become unstoppable, because you are unstoppable. Because that is where what exactly happened to me. The moment I woke up, I went all in. I'm just going all in now, no matter whatever happens in around me. Every day I can see the progress. Every day I can see the growth. Every day I can see who am I vibing with. That is rejuvenating me. That is giving more energy and more excitement every now and then. That is what the real pleasure. The reason, because I always share with you what I listen through. The true happiness is not with what we are living around, or true happiness is not with what we are having. The real happiness, the true happiness is what we are becoming with our strongest why, with our strongest purpose, and whom we are associated with whom we are around with. So I know you are one of the sleeping giant if you're listening to this until this extent. If it is so, time to wake up. I know you are not waiting for anything. I know about that. But at the same time, time is the only precious asset. And the moment you wake up, you will be unstoppable. I know you are like me. I know you are unstoppable. The reason why I'm saying this, because I'm getting the kind of messages. I can see that the vibe, the energy behind that message. So I know you are such kind of person if you're sending me a message. So don't go through your life, guys. Hook on to people whom you are. Hook on to the people who are already they are living their life. That is where your growth starts. And challenge yourself. Compete with yourself every single day and ensure that you are the best 1% at least better than yesterday. Compete with yourself. We are living in a beautiful world. And by you becoming the best, you know what you do? You give the best to others. And by you getting more and living more, what you do, you'll give more. That is the that is why I'm saying the real happiness is not with what you have. The real happiness is how far you're impacting others, how far you're giving it to others, and at the same time how far you are giving a values to others to change other people's life. Because the real happiness is not with what you have. The real happiness is who you are becoming in your life. I know you are one of the sleeping giant like me, who I was before. I woke up. Now I am progressing unstoppably. I'm just moving and evolving, and I'm giving more. 500th episode and 5,000th episode is going to come. That by that time, maybe I will be in the 60th age or no. Who knows? That's fine. But I'm here committed to me, competing with me, because I was once a sleeping giant and now I'm going all in with a strong purpose in my mind, in my heart, and in my gut. So unleash yourself, unlock yourself, live the life to the fullest. Let's all succeed together. That's what I would like to say to you guys. And one more thing, I have a very strong vision which I'm going to share with you. By 2027, November the 16th, I'm going to personally help and mentor 1,000 sleeping giants like me. I was once a sleeping giant, but they are not going to sleep all the time. I know they are going to wake up. They are waking up. You could be one among the person. That's why I have that kind of vision. That's why I can see that. If I can, I was once a sleeping giant. I felt that deep inside me. I'm not the average person. I'm different. I can impact many more. Likewise, definitely there are so many people like that. You know? So that is why I came up with a strong vision by having that faith and by having that belief that by 2027, November 16th, I'm going to personally help and mentor minimum 1,000 people around the globe. Not to motivate them, but to change their lives. you know. So wake up. Time to wake up and live the life to the fullest. Let's all succeed together. Cheers. Bye.